What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you one of the best new defenses in Madden 19. This is starting to really spread around. A lot of people are running it, and it is very good. It's a very good blitz. And some of you may remember this blitz from a few years back. The old faithful nickel normal. Nickel Blitz 2. Yes, Nickel Blitz 2 is back. Madden 17, this was arguably the best defense that year. Was super annoying. Personally, for me that year, I didn't mind it as much because the formation I ran actually blocked it very well. But overall, it was a very annoying defense. Now, have no fear, it is definitely not as bad as it was in Madden 17. Madden 17 was ridiculous. You could rush 3 people and pretty much always get the cornerback off the edge every time. Even with a blocked running back, he would still come in. It was ridiculous that year. It is not nearly that powerful this year, but it is a very good blitz to run this year. But you actually have to blitz quite a bit of people. So before we get into the setup, I kind of need to break down to you how people are playing defense right now, because to run this defense, you really have to blitz 6 people. And some people hear that and they say, I'm not blitzing 6 people. That's too much. There's too many holes open. That's how most of the top players are playing now, because we've had so many patches this year. You know, we had the contain blitz that was patched, excuse me. You know, they had the manual rush, which was really scummy, but some people were using that. That got patched. You know, nickel 335 odds still works, but it doesn't work nearly as good as it did before the patch, because they fixed it a little bit more. You know, a lot of stuff like that. The block shed defense out of big nickel over G also patched. So a lot of people have turned to this now. There's one of 2 ways that you play defense this year. You either play all out coverage and you just try to lurk and hope to get a block shed and just hope to make them hold the ball, or you send 6 people. You know, if you're a guy that rathers coverage, then this defense isn't going to be for you. But if you want to get pressure, this is one of the best ways to get it this year. So you're going to have to be able to cover good ground with your linebacker. If you're not a good user, this isn't really going to be for you, because you're going to get, you know, tore up. But let me just show you the setup first. So one thing you want to keep in mind with this is it's best if you actually leave your auto flip on, defensive auto flip, because what that's going to do is ensure that the blitzing cornerback is always on the opposite side of the running back. Now, if he's on the same side as the running back, you can still get him in, but it's just better to have him on the opposite side. So what you want to do is base the line, wire triangle, right on the left stick. Then you want to press, wire triangle, down on the left stick. And you always want to blitz the linebacker that's on the same side as the running back. So right here, that would be the linebacker on the right. Now, if the running back was on the opposite side of the QB here, instead of blitzing that guy, we would blitz, it would look like this. We would blitz this guy here. But that's not the case right now. We'll show that in a minute as well. So this is what you do. Now, you have soft squats out here. Personally, I like to put cloud flats, so I shade up by pressing wire triangle up on the right stick. Now, here's something you have to keep in mind. There's a lot of holes on the field, but the pressure is going to come in fast. This is a blitz, in my opinion. It's not really an every down blitz. It's something you want to go to in passing situations more so. Like, play coverage on early downs, but then send the heat when it's 3rd and 4th down and they have to pass. And you have to just kind of pick and choose what you want to take away here. You want to, you know, take away the middle. Do you want to shade underneath and take away hard flats, you know, but possibly give up a deeper route? That is on you. But you have to take risks with this blitz. It's a risk reward type of blitz. So I'm going to show you what it looks like here. We're going to hover in this gap, hold the right trigger for a brief second, and then you just kind of have to bail out and you want to cover somebody. Now, one of 2 things is going to happen when you run this. You're either going to get the cornerback off the edge, or you're going to get the linebacker through the gap, right? That's what you're going to get. Here we got the linebacker. If you want, you can even slide that cornerback a little closer to the DN. I'll show you that in a second. But you're going to get one of these guys in extremely quick. Now, right here, he's getting hit. Now, there's really only one place you could go with the ball immediately. If you were making the correct read, you can maybe fit this in here to Edelman running down this little seam and hope that this linebacker doesn't get a good animation. You could have did that, or you could have made a quick dump down to the flat, and if you're lucky, you would have got a couple yards. That's about it. So the coverage, while it doesn't look to be that great, it's not terrible. So here, like I said, you can move this guy even a little bit closer if you want. Sometimes that does help, but again, you just want to hover in the gap. So you hike the ball, and then you just, you know, you go cover and you bait somebody. So you might not want to go to the tight end immediately. Watch what I did here, how I kind of like swung around. This is how you bait picks. So you see how like I got Jalen Smith here. You see how I go to the left for a second and then I swoop back right. I don't just immediately go right. So if someone was seeing this and they're like, oh, Gronkowski's open, I'm about to throw it to Gronkowski. Boom, they throw it right here. I'm jumping right back over the middle. I would pick that. And that's the good thing about this blitz. It's like, yes, there are holes on the field, but it gets there so quick that all you have to do is just hope that they have the wrong first read. If you cover their first read, or if they look to the wrong guy first, they're sacked every time. So now we're going to go ahead and block the running back and show you with the blocked running back, you're still going to almost always get one of these guys in. So we hike the ball, and you see, off the edge, boom, in. Because what the running back does is he goes to pick up the linebacker. And sometimes if you don't block a running back, you're going to get both of them in, the cornerback and the linebacker. In game, typically you'll actually get both of those guys in if they don't block a running back. But you see here, running back block, what happened? Cornerback off the edge. Again, with the play we are running here, there's only one place they could immediately go, and that would be Julian Edelman running this little fade route here. But if that's not the first guy you're looking at, you're beat. And even if you do throw that there's no guarantee that it's complete, because we still have two guys here that could possibly break on the ball, get a hand on it. But again, third down, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, 4th and 7 or something like that. You pull this out, people are, they're keying in on trying to get that first down. And you see here, it's like, okay, Gronk's open for a second, but if I bail out and undercut him and you throw that, you're throwing a pick to me, or worst case, I'll drop the pick, but you're throwing it to me. And you don't have a lot of time for deep routes to develop, and on passing, 3rd and long, 4th and, medium passing situations, a lot of people aren't looking to the flats either. Boom, you're taken out. Now, let's talk about the flats. So let's say, they do want to go to the flats on us. It's not like you can't bail out and get to the flat even if you're on the opposite side. So watch this right here. I'm not going to throw it to the flat because I'm using both, I'm using both guys here, but just watch this. Like, we can bail out here and get right behind him. It's not like, even if they were to hit the flat, it's not like they would necessarily get a huge gain. They might get a few yards and we live with that, but you can, if you think they're going to go to the flat, you can bail out to the flat. And sometimes even if they wait a little too long to throw it and you undercut it, you can pick it off. But worst case, they have to slow down and catch it. Most of the time this year, especially with real player motion, when you throw to the flat, they have to kind of slow down to catch it, or they spin catch it. And that means you're right there. You can come up, make a tackle on them. And even if they do catch it, okay, this cornerback right here is going to step up. It's still going to limit the yards he gets. So I know some people are saying, well, I'll just hit the flats. Yes, that's fine, but as long as you're limiting the yards they get, you're fine. So again, we'll run it one more time. Now, something else you could do is you can pinch and crash the line down as well. You don't have to do that, but sometimes that can be a little bit better if you want to do that as well. It's up to you, kind of play around with it, see what you like. But you see here, we're going to on 2 controllers, so bear with me. Hike the ball here, and you see, like, we get 2 guys in there. When you pinch and crash the line down, typically, I think you get 2 guys in more often. So that's something you want to think about. If getting 2 guys in is always, clearly better than 1. We'll try it again. You can see, again, we're getting 2 guys in, and it's just like, all we have to do is just force a bad read, throw a pick, or force them to look at the wrong guy, and they're sacked. Now, again, let's flip it. So let's just say we're on the same side here as the running back. So in this case, we would blitz this linebacker. You always blitz the linebacker that's on the side of the running back. We'll go ahead and block the running back here. You see he's blocked. Now we're going to hover in the opposite gap because we're on the opposite linebacker. And again, you see, you're going to get somebody in. You're always going to get somebody in, even with the block running back, and that's what's good about it. It's not, if this blitz only got 1 guy or even 2 guys in free with no one blocking, yes, it's a cool blitz, but most decent players are going to block. The reason the blitz is good is because you can still get somebody in even with a blocked running back. So you see here again, block the running back, and we got the guy up the gap. And all you got to do, again, like, nothing's immediately open except the tight end, but we're going to undercut him and try to force, a pick to be thrown to us. And of course, in game, my user would be better than this because I wouldn't have to control both controllers. So I would have been on him even quicker in a real game. But that's what makes the blitz special, is that if you're blitzing 6 and you're forcing them to block 1, you're making it so much easier on yourself. Yes, you have holes in the coverage, but you're taking away one of their receiving options while still getting instant pressure. That's why the blitz is good. If the blitz only worked versus a non-blocked running back, then it would just be okay. It wouldn't be something to write home about. But the fact that you can block the running back and still get somebody in free, like, that is really everything. So again, look, block them on the right this time. Bring this cornerback in. You don't have to, but it's just, the closer you get them, the quicker you can get to the QB. And again, you see guy blocked. We're going to undercut that route he's in. So Honestly, a defense you should definitely be looking to use, sprinkle in on passing situations. Yes, there's going to be holes. Yes, you will get beat sometimes, but all it takes is one time. Get a sack, get them to rush a throw, and throw it to you under the middle to your user. I mean, it's a game-changing type of blitz. You know, you're putting pressure on them even if you do want to run it every down, you're putting pressure on their neck literally every single down. You're forcing them to block and still getting pressure on their neck. You're forcing them to make the right read and to make a quick right read every single time, and the average person online simply can't do that. The average person can't process reads that quickly. A pro player, sure, a pro player can find their way around it a little bit better, but the average person online, if you're getting somebody at their QB's neck in less than 2 seconds every play with the blocked running back, those guys crumble. You know, I've been running this a lot online lately, and there's a lot of people that sometimes can't even get past midfield because they just can't process reads quick enough. So definitely look to use this. You know, this will be in all 4-3 based playbooks. You can find it in, you know, a good playbook to use is the Lions have it. You know, the Panthers have it. The Jaguars playbook, you know, those are some of the better playbooks that have it. The Bengals, so definitely check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.